Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over my picks for the 10 best overall vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online in 2024 and probably beyond, unless we get some pretty insane vehicles in this next DLC coming this summer. For vehicles to get onto this list, they have to be very good at many things or very good at one particular activity. Some of these vehicles are going to be really good performance for the price, some are going to be exceptional at doing a specific task, and some are going to be great all-rounders. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, a like is of course appreciated. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. We're going for 300,000 this year. And let's go ahead and get started with number 10. At number 10, I have picked the HVY Nightshark, coming in at $1,245,000. This is one of the most armored vehicles in the game, while also being very fast, and it has a lot of customization. Now it also seats 4 players, and it has front-mounted machine guns. Now these do absolutely no damage basically, but it is still really nice to have. Depending on if you put armored window plating on this thing as well, you can actually shoot out of the vehicle if you don't have it on, or if you have it on, you will actually gain some additional protection because apparently the Nightshark's armor has actually been updated, which is pretty cool. I was unaware of this until very recently when a viewer did inform me in the comment section, and I went and tested it and it seemed like it was true. However, it might not be true for everybody, so do just keep that in mind. But for just under $1,250,000, the Nightshark is a vehicle that you cannot go wrong with picking up. It can take 27 homing missiles or 9 RPGs, making it very armored, and it's also very fast, being that it's a very highly armored vehicle. It's also all-wheel drive, it's pretty good off-road. Overall, great vehicle. Definitely pick up a Nightshark. Next up at number 10, we have the Terabyte, coming in at $1,375,000 for the very base Terabyte. There are additional upgrades that you can put on for several more $1 million. The Terabyte enables you to own and upgrade an Oppressor Mark II in GTA Online, which is one of the best vehicles in the game. However, it also has upgrades including the Mark II weapon bench, which is useful, as well as a computer that can launch missions that are exclusive to the Terabyte. Now these pay pretty well, between $20,000 to $30,000 for a relatively small mission, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, depending on how good of a player you are. On top of this, it can also enable you to launch resupply missions for your businesses, but most importantly, you can source CEO cargo without the new awful missions for the sourcing with that business. Overall, it's a pretty great vehicle. It's the 3rd most armored vehicle in the game as well, being able to take 32 homing missiles, but you will need to own a nightclub in order to purchase this, so do keep that in mind. At number 8, we have the F-160 Raiju, coming in at $5,141,250 if you have the trade price, or $6,855,000 if you don't. The Raiju is an incredibly good plane in GTA Online, arguably the best plane in the entire game, and it is the first of its kind ever in game. It has stealth mode, which is really cool. This is toggleable, so you can be in stealth mode or not on stealth mode, meaning that you will be on the radar or off the radar. It's also upgradable in the performance with engine upgrades as well as handling upgrades. It has dual explosive machine guns, as well as lock-on missiles and non-homing missiles as well. It's the fastest accelerating plane in the game. On top of this all, making it just that much better, and of course it does also have VTOL mode, so you can vertically take off and land, which is pretty awesome. The Raiju is an absolutely incredible plane. You should definitely own one. You will need a hangar in order to do that though, so do keep that in mind. Next up at number 7, we have the Kasatka submarine, coming in at $2,200,000 for the very basic Kasatka. Without upgrades, with upgrades it can run you up to about $9 million, which is absolutely crazy. Now this enables you to launch the famed Cayo Perico heist, as I'm sure you are aware. And the reason that this is appearing so high on this list is because of the fact that Cayo has been nerfed 3 times now and pays about 60 to 70% of what it once did. The Kasatka is also quite a lot of money for the return that you get now, making it slightly less worth buying. However, it is still a viable option for sure, and the Cayo Perico tards are going to be in the comments hard defending it on this video, so stay tuned for that. However, it does enable you to also purchase the Sparrow helicopter, which is very useful. You can spawn it at your feet no matter where you are pretty much, and it does have many other cool upgrades that you can do to it. Plus, it quite literally is a massive submarine that you can sail around in, which is just simply awesome. Next up at number 6, we have the Ocelot Virtue, coming in at $2,200,000 to $2,980,000, depending on if you have the trade price or not. Or of course, you can get it for free by completing the first and last dose missions from the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC, which is awesome. Now, it is an electric vehicle, meaning that it does have some of the craziest acceleration in the game, but this is up to a relatively low top speed due to it being electric. It does have a Monty tech though, meaning that you can put a missile lock-on jammer on it, as well as an armor plating upgrade, and of course the oil slick proximity mines. It can take a ton of damage, more so than its gasoline powered Imani Tech counterparts. Lots of customization, relatively good handling. Overall, it is a really good vehicle, and especially for free, you really cannot go wrong with this thing. It's going to be a griefer's worst nightmare, especially an oppressor griefer's worst nightmare. So definitely pick up a Virtue, it is an awesome vehicle. Next up, we have the Akula, coming in at $3,704,000 to $4.5 million, depending on if you have the trade price or not. This thing has 4 seats, it has a toggleable stealth mode similar to the F-160 Raju. However, this thing has bombs, which is pretty cool, as well as handling and engine upgrades, as well as weapon upgrades. For the pilot, it can be equipped with a 4-missile barrage or fully spammable homing missiles. Now, it can also be upgraded with a dual minigun for the co-pilot to use instead of just a single one, which is pretty awesome. It's also one of the fastest helicopters in the game. Again, you will need a hangar in order to own it, but this thing is super useful. You can get you and 3 friends around on the map without being spotted just by being in the stealth mode. Overall, an absolutely phenomenal vehicle. You should pick this thing up for sure. Next up at number 4, we have the Pegasi Weaponized Ignis with HSW, coming in at $4,500,000. plus an additional $500,000 for the initial HSW upgrade, and then a couple $100,000 more on top of that to fully upgrade it. This is one of the best overall HSW vehicles in GTA Online, especially for free mode. It has all-wheel drive, a top-mounted minigun that outputs heavy amounts of damage, and it also has a missile lock-on jammer on the car by default. However, it does not have any armor upgrades, so that does kind of suck, and being that it's weaponized, you can't use it in the time trials, which is really annoying. This is of course exclusive to the new version of GTA Online on the Xbox Series consoles as well as the PS5, but it does have lightning fast acceleration, a minigun, and a missile lock-on jammer by default. You can't really beat that. It is a great vehicle for free mode, no doubt about it. Just be aware that you cannot use it to complete the time trials every week, which does really suck. I wish that Rockstar would fix that, but you can't use weaponized vehicles in time trials, so go figure. Next up at number 3, we have the Oppressor Mark II, coming in at $6 million if you have the trade price to $8 million if you don't have the trade price. Formerly one of the most annoying things to deal with in GTA Online until being able to sell in invite-only sessions. The Oppressor Mark II is an excellent vehicle for grinding money in GTA Online, arguably the best in the entire game simply due to the convenience of it. It's a flying motorcycle, you spawn it in, you get on it, and you fly to your destination. It also had some of the best lock-on missiles in GTA Online, however they have been nerfed ever so slightly, meaning they're not quite as good as they used to be. This does allow you to get around really quick though and complete missions, and it also has a little rocket boost to help you get around even faster. The Mark II is really annoying. I formerly absolutely despised this thing because of how annoying it was in online sessions, but due to the nerfs and everything like that and being able to sell in private sessions, I feel like I can honestly recommend people to buy this thing now because it is genuinely a very useful vehicle. At number 2, we have the Pegasi Toreador, coming in at $4,250,000. It's had a price increase up from $3.66 million to $4,250,000, which does kind of suck. However, you are going to get what you're paying for no matter what price it is. This thing is a true jack of all trades. The Toreador is an armored, weaponized, submersible, rocket-boosted 4-seater unit. This thing is crazy in every single sense, from the super aggressive tracking missiles, which are really great for taking out oppressors and other pesky air vehicles that are attacking you, to the great defensive armor being able to take about 6-7 homing missiles depending on where the missiles actually hit, to the rocket booster that launches you from 0 to 100 in no time at all, and then of course it has the ability to traverse underwater areas really easily. And you can use the torpedoes underwater as well as the boost underwater as well. The Toreador truly is a great vehicle overall in GTA Online. For an honorable mention, we of course have the Canis Seminole coming in at $30,000. You will unfortunately have to steal one of these off the street these days, which is tragic, but this thing does literally everything you can think of. This vehicle has a deployable parachute, it has a boost, it can go underwater, it can climb vertically, it can go faster than any other vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online. It does 0 to 200, which 200 in GTA is even unheard of. This thing does 0 to 200 in 1 second. It is insanely fast. The Canna Seminole, it might not look like much. It spawns in on the roads around GTA Online, and people just look at it and think that it's some, regular traffic and not to worry about it. But if you take this thing and you fully upgrade it in Los Santos Customs, it will unlock some special abilities that nobody is aware of in GTA Online. I've been trying to spread the gospel on this thing for a long time. You guys have got to check this thing out though. You got to go, you got to take it, you got to fully upgrade it, insurance, everything, every single option you have to do to it, except for the bomb option there, like no remote bomb or whatever. Don't worry about doing that. But this thing is absolutely crazy, guys. As you can see by the background gameplay here, it's just insane. It's way too fast. It's almost so good to the point where it's actually not even useful. But it also has missiles, it has machine guns that do the same damage as the Buzzard's machine guns, I do believe it is. The missiles are as aggressive tracking as the Toreador, and it can basically do everything that the Toreador can, just kind of better if you think about it really. So pick up a Canna Seminole, guys. This thing is absolutely fantastic. And at number 1, we have the Acid Lab, coming in at $750,000 plus $250,000 for the equipment upgrade with it once you've completed 10 Dax Fooligan missions. This is the second most armored vehicle in GTA Online, and owning it directly enables you to make tons of money pretty easily. It does also have an upgradable delivery bike for the sale missions. This thing also has pretty crazy acceleration and good performance for a vehicle of its absolutely massive size. The Acid Lab is a great thing to pick up, guys. You can make a lot of money with this business, and it's really easy to run. The supplies cost less, you make product pretty fast, and you can also boost your product to be made even faster within the Acid Lab. This vehicle truly is crazy. You gotta pick up an Acid Lab. You're gonna get this by completing the first dose missions from the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC, so do keep that in mind. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Comment a 7 down below if you made it right to the end of the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.